Have you ever wondered if we want to cultivate or grow any microorganisms in the laboratory, we have to provide them the nutrition. What if the nutrient medium is already contaminated with some other microorganism? How are we going to remove those microorganisms? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the methods to eradicate microorganism, which is known as sterilization, and specifically we are going to deal about heat sterilization method. We are going to make use of heat to remove this microorganism. So when we talk about the methods of heat sterilization, it is divided into two categories. That is, we are going to make use of dry heat as well as moist heat of sterilization. So in our microbiology lab, let us first discuss the moist heat sterilization approach. Moist heat sterilization approach, for this we usually use an instrument which is known as autoclave. Very important instrument in the lab. Without this nothing can happen. Autoclave. So if you want to sterilize things like your media is the food what you are giving to the microorganism. If any liquid component is there, if any glasswares are there, if any surgical thing is there, so we are going to make use of this autoclave. Let us understand the principle behind and the mechanism behind the process. So autoclave works on the principle called as moist heat sterilization, where it works under steam under pressure concept. Steam under pressure concept. So usually the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, right? But if we are increasing the pressure, so what happens? The boiling point also increases. So with increase in the boiling point, the level of steam also increases. So this steam, whatever is coming or whatever is developing inside the autoclave, it penetrates to all these components, and if there is the presence of any microorganism, it directly acts on the enzymes of the microorganism and denatures them, means disrupt them. So they lose the activity of enzyme, and at the end the microorganism has to die. So this is the basic idea how an autoclave works. Now let us discuss something about its structure. Autoclave, how does it look like? So autoclave is double jacket system. It is having inner vessel, outer vessel. So when we talk about the inner vessel is cylindrical in nature, and that there is a place where we keep all our things which has to get autoclaved or sterilized. So it is having some perforated vessel where we place all our required things that has to get sterilized. Now the outer jacket is used to balance out the steam generated. It balances the steam. Whatever steam is getting formed inside it balances out the steam. It is also having a lid on the top, and on the lid it is having pressure gauge where we can monitor the pressure system. Also it has temperature controlling devices. Other than this, it has steam valve by which you can release out the excess steam. If the steam is getting formed very high, or if it is unbearable for the instrument, so you have to just open that valve and the steam will be released out of the instrument. This is just a general idea of the device, the structure of it. Now the requirement, the stable condition or the ideal condition for autoclave are, it works the optimum condition for it. It requires a temperature of around 121 degrees Celsius, which is above the boiling point, and for 15 lbps of pressure, and time requirement is around 15 to 20 minutes. That is more than enough. 15 lbps of pressure, or sometimes it is written as psi also, the unit. So that is like the ideal condition for an autoclave to work. It completely works on moist heat sterilization. Now, what you have to do in the inner jacket, you have to add water. So, as soon as you are setting up the required things, it is having some heating elements. So, heating elements will start heating up the water. When the water start boiling, steam will be generated. And when it is passed into the inner jacket component where you have placed the material, the steam will penetrate inside each of the media component, and if just in case if microorganisms are there, they are just going to remove or eradicate that microorganism presence. So that is how your autoclave work. Now the another one is your, quickly we will move on to the dry heat sterilization method. So for the dry heat sterilization method, we use an instrument which is known as hot air oven. So it is similar like the oven what we use in our home. The structure is similar kind of that. So it is having 3-wall system where it is having heating elements on the walls, as well as to circulate this dry air, it is having fan attached to it, so that all wherever the heat is passing on, uniform heat is passed on. Now, when we talk about the what type of material we can sterilize material like your glasswares, we can sterilize the burette, pipette, whatever we use in the lab. The surgical, the disposable instrument can be used. All these things we can use in hot air oven. Now, when we talk about the ideal condition of hot air oven, so it is around 180 degrees Celsius to be around 160 to 180 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. So this is an ideal condition for your hot air oven. So that is how we are using heat to sterilize the equipments or the media, whatever we use in our lab on the daily basis, so that our experiments go smoothly and we are not getting false positive outcome and results. So that's all for today's video. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe it, like it and share it as much as you can. Thank you very much.